What's up, everybody? We are back with what I believe is part 4 of this Acura TL build. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be installing a big bore billet throttle body, 68 millimeter. It's a throttle body from a B series motor, so we're going to show you how to adapt that to your second gen J series and what to do with your idle air control valve. As well as we're also going to be installing an adjustable fuel pressure regulator. I'll show you guys how that all works up. It should work the same for your second gen Acura TLs, as well as your 98 to 2002 Honda Accord motors. So let's jump right into this. First thing you're going to want to do, I already got this unbolted, is pull these plastic covers off. And we got to get this intake manifold off of there, and we'll go from there. Should be a pretty quick little install. Alright, so we got our intake manifold off of here. Our next step is to break loose this fuel pressure regulator here. We're going to stick a couple rags under this, crack it open, let the pressure bleed out. But first we'll just pop off that vacuum line. After we've knocked the pressure out of here, pull this return line off and unthread it the rest of the way. So this guy right here, so we got out of there, is our M12 by 1.25 threads. So I'm going to run inside, I'm going to grab the part I got, and I'll show you what it is. It's just an M12 by 1.25 to 6AN adapter fitting. Here's the part we need to get our fuel rail adapted to our AN fittings. Like I said before, just an M12 by 1.25 threaded to AN6 fitting. Comes with two different seals. We've got this gasketed crush washer, as well as a regular O-ring. The stock fuel pressure regulator here, let me see, has kind of both, so I'm not exactly sure. I'll let you guys know which one I end up using, but I'll probably stick them both on there maybe. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get this started in there and see what I end up using. I've got the M12 by 1.25 to 6AN adapter fitting on there. I think now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a 45 degree 6AN fitting, stick it right on the end of the fuel rail here, and probably going to mount this right down in here somewhere. So we just need to stick this 90 on the side. Let's see here. We'll find a good mounting spot for this, but I think what we need to do now is probably cut some braided fuel line to the right length, which I've got right here. I've got the braided steel fuel line cut to length at this point. This is all we're going to need to go from the fuel rail up to the fuel pressure regulator. If you've never put AN lines together, it's pretty simple. Like I said, we're just using a 45 degree AN line coming off of the fuel rail, and then this 90 is going to be going into the fuel pressure regulator. But pretty much all you're going to do is you're going to take this end, you want to try and get all these frays down, and you're going to fit it over the end of your hose here. And once you get that over there, here, I'll try and do one on camera real quick. It'd be kind of a pain in the butt. Definitely don't want to get yourself stabbed by them. It's not too fun. But we're going to get that all the way in there, flush up against the top. You can see where that fuel line is in there and it's coming up against where the threads are. Going all the way up on there. And then you're going to take this end and just start feeding it in. Make sure you're not pushing. The fitting off the end of the hose. And eventually we feel it start to get pretty tight. At that point. So if you kind of don't care like me, you can just use regular wrenches, but they make special AN wrenches. But if you use regular wrenches like this, just know you got a really good chance of scratching up your fittings. Oh man, I probably should have double checked the size before I started filming here. Alright, there we go. And I'm back with the proper size wrench here. Just gonna take my adjustable. Oop, hopefully you guys can see. Just gonna feed that in there. We'll make sure we're not pushing the braided line out at all. There you go. Just like that, you got one end of your fuel line finished. I'm going to go ahead and knock out the other end off camera. And we'll go put this on the fuel rail to the fuel pressure regulator. I've got the braided steel fuel line all finished up. That's just going to run from our end fitting on our fuel rail up to the fuel pressure regulator. I went ahead and built a little 1/8 inch aluminum bracket and mounted our fuel pressure regulator on the firewall back here. I've got this rather old fuel pressure gauge from my leftover from my race car again. You can see how old it is. The liquid in it has turned yellow somehow. Maybe some fuel leaked in there, I don't know. Kind of interesting, but I'm gonna thread that into our fuel pressure regulator, get our fuel line ran, and then after that we just got to run one more line, and that line is going to run from the bottom of our fuel pressure regulator here, this fitting, over to our return line right here. This normally comes up and over, and from the stock, I don't know if the sun is kind of blocking what you can see, but from the stock fuel pressure regulator, it's the return line off of that. So we just got to run one more line from here over to here. After we connect that last to the gauge and the braided line from the fuel rail, and we'll be good to check it for some leaks. Alright, so pretty simple, pretty quick little install. We got our return line on here, everything's hooked up. We're going to go ahead and prime the fuel system and see if we have any leaks. We are holding right at just under 60 psi, and we've got a leak. Alright, so I stopped any of the leaks. There's no more leaks with it. We're holding fuel pressure great at 60 psi. Now all I got to do is run the vacuum line from here up to the fuel pressure regulator, and we're all finished with the adjustable fuel pressure regulator install. Next we're going to go ahead and start port matching our intake manifold to our new throttle body, and then set our throttle position sensor, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so we're on to our next step in the process, which is installing this B series throttle body on there. It's a 68mm throttle body. I went ahead marked out on the intake manifold where we need to port out, or to port match this. We're going to use that using our Harbor Freight, or do that using our Harbor Freight special drill and these bits, and then I'll finish it off with some sandpaper. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that port match real quick, knock out all that area that's marked off with the Sharpie, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, so unfortunately we lost a little bit of footage of me port matching this intake manifold. But honestly, it's a really simple process. You guys saw the area I marked out by putting the throttle body on the intake manifold, marking it with a Sharpie. You just take your bits, you bore that area out, and you end up with a larger circle. You bolt your throttle body on here, set your throttle position sensor by sticking one end of your voltometer in the ground, the other end to your power, which is usually the red wire in the middle on your throttle position sensor. You ohm it out to about 0.5 volts at closed throttle, and you make sure that at wide open throttle you're about I think 5 volts, can't remember right now or whatever. Anyway, yeah, after you ohm out your throttle position sensor, the map sensor on this throttle body is silly enough, it's on the bottom side, so kind of cool though, makes it a sleek little look up here. I've got this piece from P2R Racing down in here, really just hanging. I'm going to bolt it up in a better spot, but that's for the idle air control valve. It's got this end that's supposed to be hooked up to my air intake. I'll put a T in one of my crank vent hoses, I guess, that sucks in air, and then the other end is basically hooked up to a vacuum line. It's a controlled vacuum leak, the same way it is through the throttle body to maintain your idle. But right now I think I have it on too skinny of a vacuum hose, so the idle's kind of whatever, it works. Gonna switch the vacuum line that's on, but so far everything works fine. I've been playing with the tune a bit, and yeah, works great. Throttle body definitely makes a cool noise. It's got a interesting little whistle to it. I'll probably start it up and show you guys, but start the car up, show you what it sounds like, and next time we'll probably get some data logs and start or finish tuning this. I've already done a little bit of tuning, but I didn't really think about it though, but the microphone's attached to me, so you may not have heard the intake whistle, but definitely makes a lot more intake noise now. I'll get this tuned out, and then we'll take some dyno numbers next time and see how much power we end up making, seeing if we actually gained any power from the throttle body, and see if our fuel's in a better spot from our fuel pressure regulator being turned up. But again, thank you guys. I appreciate you checking it out. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.